Every day, women and men across the country go to work, whether it be in a factory, a law firm, or a restaurant. They all work for hours on end for their hard-earned money. This may sound fine, but there's only one problem. Men are still earning more money on average than women in many professions. Equality has finally found its way to America in so many aspects, it would only make sense that the gender pay gap would be dead, but in reality, it is still alive and well. First, let's get some of the facts out of the way. On average, full-time working women earn just 78 cents for every dollar a man earns. This doesn't make much sense if a woman is working just as hard as a man, if not harder. She isn't giving 78% of the effort a man is giving, so why should she earn 78% of the wage? In modern times, women are starting to work in positions and fields that have been traditionally occupied by men. This means that women are not only having to fight to gain respect from their male co-workers, they are also having to fight to earn equal wages. According to Jana Kasperkovic, a journalist for The Guardian, in the span of a year, a woman will earn around $11,500 less on average than their male counterparts. Of course, this number varies based on hourly wage, but it is obvious that the pay gap is quite significant. According to Eileen Patton, a financial specialist for the Pew Research Center, 77% of women and 63% of men say this country needs to continue making changes to give men and women equality in the workplace. Finally, according to a statement released by the White House this year, at age 22, the median annual pay for men is $40,800, while for women it is only $31,900. Is the gender pay gap the same across all races? It may be hard to believe, but the pay gap is even greater for African American and Latino women. According to an online official pay scale from 2014, African American women earn only 64 cents for every dollar a white non-Hispanic male earns. On average, Latino women earn even less, at only 56 cents for every dollar that a white non-Hispanic male earns. While we thought segregation was gone, it is still a huge problem that is very relevant in modern-day America. What can we do to fix this? Many women may find themselves to be the victim of the gender pay gap sometime throughout their life. But this doesn't mean that we have to simply stand aside and put up with this discrimination. Most women who have discovered unequal pay have stood up for themselves, paving the way for other women in their company. All it takes is that one brave person to put an end to something that countless women are going through. Also, companies need to give workers more flexibility in work schedules and find ways to substitute workers on irregular schedules. Work should be rewarded no matter when it is worked. Companies that implement these types of policies tend to have the smallest pay gaps according to a 2014 pay scale average. It also may help to pay attention to your company's pay data if you have access to it. If companies did regular pay audits, then they would realize that women were being paid less than men. And finally, women need to simply ask for more money. It may sound odd at first, but men tend to ask for more money more than they actually need to ensure that they get paid more. For example, if a man wishes to be paid $60,000 annually, they will initially ask for $65,000 to $70,000. In conclusion, in the speech, I hope that I've given you more than enough reasons as to why we should work to end the gender pay gap. The pay gap is not something that is going to end itself over time. This is a problem that we must all work together to solve. Women work just as hard as men and therefore deserve equal wages. This is not something that is only for feminists. This is something that we all know is right. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my speech, and I hope that this has persuaded you or sparked your interest in some way to help work toward total gender equality.